Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News starts now.
The results are in after Nevada becomes the latest state to pick their presidential nominee from the Democratic Party. How the candidates are reacting after Saturday's caucus.
And the Home and Garden Show is starting in just a couple hours. We're going to hear from one of the many vendors just after this.
Good morning and thanks for joining us here at 23 ABC News. At 8 a.m. we are so happy to have you with us. I'm Tori Cooper.
And I'm Alex Bell, and you guys take a look outside. It's nice and beautiful already. That sun is shining, and currently we are seeing temperatures at 51 degrees. Those southeast winds at 3 miles per hour. Not expected to pick up too much as we head into today. And your weather headlines for this morning. Today you can expect some near seasonal temperatures, but all that is changing as we make our way through the week. We have a warming trend that's coming to the area, and temperatures will be jumping up 10 to 15 degrees above average. Bakersfield's going to see a high of 80, but I'll have more on your forecast a little bit later in the show.
Topping our news this morning, a man suffered serious injuries after being shot overnight in Woodford Heights. Kern County Sheriff officials responded to the 1800 block of Anchorage Avenue in Woodford Heights at around 11 last night. The victim was found on scene and taken to Kern Medical, and officials say he has serious but not life-threatening injuries. KCSO has taken a juvenile suspect into custody, and officials are still working to determine a motive.
In election news, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders wins big in the Democratic caucus in Nevada, cementing his status as the frontrunner for the party's nomination for president.
Reporter Mary Maloney is in Las Vegas, Nevada, with reactions from the caucus.
Standing in front of a crowd of cheering supporters, a joyous Bernie Sanders declared victory.
And now I'm delighted to bring you some pretty good news.
The Vermont senator conquered the Nevada caucuses, breaking out from the crowded Democratic field.
No campaign has a grassroots movement like we do, which is another reason why we're going to win this election.
The win is part of an early state trifecta for the progressive, who also took home the popular vote in Iowa and won the New Hampshire primary.
In Nevada, we have just put together a multi-generational, multi-racial coalition, which is going to not only win in Nevada, it's going to sweep this country.
Nevada is the first racially diverse primary state. Sanders' strength shows his appeal to a broad range of voters and helps to solidify his status as a frontrunner in the Democratic race for president.
This is our only shot to beat Donald Trump, so I am asking Americans to make sure that we get this choice right.
Rounding out the top four in Nevada, Joe Biden, Pete Buttigieg, and Elizabeth Warren.
I've got a word tonight for Nevada. Thank you for keeping me in the fight.
We're going to win. We're going to win in South Carolina, and then Super Tuesday, and we are on our way.
In Las Vegas, Nevada, I'm Mary Maloney.
With the California primary just over a week away, some may be wondering how the state is prepared to host the vote on Super Tuesday, which is 3 months earlier than the 2016 primary. Sam Mahood, press secretary for the California Secretary of State Alex Padilla, spoke about some of these preparations.
Elections officials have been making the changes they need to make in their calendar in terms of when they print ballots, when they print voter information guides, how they handle candidate filing. So elections officials have known about this. One thing we know heading into 2020 is that we have record voter registration. There's 20.5 million Californians registered to vote.
This year's Super Tuesday primaries will be held on March 3rd, with both California and Texas, the two most populous states in the U.S., holding their primaries on Super Tuesday. Approximately 40% of the U.S. population has a primary event on March 3rd.
In California, officials want you to know that if you feel your voter rights were violated, there are 2 phone numbers you can call. The Secretary of State's office has set up 2 toll-free lines. For English, dial 800-345-VOTE. For Spanish, dial 800-345-VOTA. You can see a full list of your rights as a voter on the state's website at sos.ca.gov.
In state news, 3 people are dead and more than a dozen others are injured after a tour bus accident in San Diego County.
Reporter Rena Nakano from our sister station in San Diego has more on Saturday's deadly rollover.
An upside-down charter bus clings onto the top of a steep embankment, the result of a solo vehicle accident at around 10:20 a.m. off Interstate 15 just south of Pala Mesa.
21 people injured.
18 of whom were transported to local hospitals and 3 of which died on scene.
Investigators say the driver was in the number 3 lane when he lost control. Now you could see the skid marks right here on the dirt, and he eventually ended up flipped over into the embankment. Multiple people were ejected from the bus at impact. California law requires passengers riding in charter buses with seatbelts to use them. But CHP says it appears none of the passengers were wearing seatbelts. According to the California Highway Patrol, the Executive Lines Company charter bus took off from El Monte in Los Angeles County and made several stops to pick up passengers along I-15, including Riverside and Murrieta. Their next stop was San Ysidro, California, and their final destination, Tijuana, Mexico. The driver, a 52-year-old man from Whittier, suffered only minor injuries. He was the only one on board who did not go to the hospital. Investigators say he did not seem to be under the influence and is being cooperative. They are now seeing if the rain or slick roads contributed to the crash.
Being that it was raining at the time, is that a factor? It is something that all drivers have to be accountable for when it is raining.
Switching gears now, are you interested in putting out fires? Well, today is your last chance to attend a hiring event for wildland firefighters. The Department of Interior is looking to fill multiple positions across the western United States, including California. The last day of the hiring event is today, and it starts at 9 a.m. and runs until 3 p.m. Hiring officials will be on site to answer questions and review resumes. It will take place at the 4 Points by Sheridan on California Avenue. Anyone unable to attend can apply at usajobs.gov.
Would you like a low-maintenance plant in your home?
Yes, I would.
Could really go for one. All right, well, today is the perfect day because it's the last day of the Bakersfield Home and Garden Show, bringing hundreds of vendors offering products for your home.
And 23 ABC's Austin Westfall is live at the Kern County Fairgrounds where the event is happening. Austin, what are the details?
Yeah, guys, during our 6 o'clock show, we were showing a bunch of outside vendors. Now we're in one of the 4 buildings around the Kern County Fairgrounds that are full of vendor booths. I'm actually joined by one of the vendors. The actual show itself won't be starting until 10, but Johnny Texcoat came in a little early to show us a demonstration. What do you have here, Johnny?
This is a product that's made by my family for 57 years. Actually, it's an exterior coating. And we put the exterior coating on stucco. As you can see, the stucco walls don't absorb any water there. Regular stucco absorbs water on that situation there. But before we put our product on your walls, we look for dry rot. And we replace any dry rot or any bad wood, any deteriorated stucco that's on there. We hydroblast that. It's a 10-step process. So once we wash the house down, we patch and repair. We dig trenches 4 to 6 inches around the bottom base of the home. Then we patch and repair with our flex patch materials that we make at the factory. Then after the situation of patching, we prime every square inch of the home with a heat reflective primer.
What is this made out of?
This is made out of titanium diatomaceous earth. It has, diatomaceous, all kinds of ingredients I'm forgetting right now, but it has a lot of different types of ingredients in, like micro and titanium and so forth. But what happens is it lowers the temperature on the walls up to 40 degrees, and it basically you could save about 21.9% on your energy bill. So I want to show you over here that the product is very flexible. It expands and contracts with the weather conditions. We have it for smooth colors as well, and smooth product for wood and siding. So once we replace your siding, if necessary, we put on a smooth coat. As you see, we also put the primer on.
Hey, Johnny,
sure.
we are running out of time here. We appreciate you showing
Absolutely.
us. We're actually going to be back with Johnny a little bit later. This is one of several products we have out here at the Home and Garden Show. There's hundreds and hundreds of vendors, all types of different products. It's happening from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. But for now, at the Kern County Fairgrounds, Austin Westfall, 23 ABC, connecting you.